What up? This is Rama Screen, and I'm here talking with the creator of the Aluna comic books and now also the voice star of Aluna Sentinel of the Shards video game, the lovely Paula Garces. How are you, Paula?
How are you, Rama? How you doing?
Good. Thank you for taking the time. I'm still learning about Aluna as I go, but for my fans at home, could you explain to them what Aluna is about, specifically the character, what's her story, and what her main adventures are about?
Aluna is a warrior who is half goddess from ancient civilizations of South America, Central America, and the Caribbean, and she's half conquistador Spaniard. So she has this battle within her and also in real life. And she's a warrior that through a sort of circumstances realizes that she has mystical powers and magic. And she has these superhero type like abilities, and so this embarks her into an adventure of a lot of action, and there's romance, and obviously a lot of sword fighting and fighting with a macana stick, and there's mystical creatures, and it's all set in the 1500s of the discovery of South America.
Wow, that's fantastic. And now you're bringing her to the world of video games. And so, what kind of changes or alterations that had to be done to Aluna in this process, in addition to making her a 3D character?
Well, we took the liberty of, you know, uh, staying very close to the comic books
Hmm.
and getting inspired by that, but expanding the world even more by bringing in more mystical creatures, more ancient civilizations and tribes that she can battle or be friends with, different shamans that give her information about what her abilities are, and also a little bit more information of who she truly is and her history. But what are the changes? I don't know. I mean, I feel like we improved it. Definitely the dialogue in the game. There's cutscenes from the comic books, but we animated them and brought in other actors, obviously, that are really, really talented to voice those other characters. And it's just going to be a lot of fun. I think it's a game that really anyone can play. And be a Luna. You don't have to be a woman or a man. You can be whatever you are, and play as a Luna and feel like you're part of this underdog story that embarks on a great adventure that hasn't been seen before. What I really want people to see and to know is that Aluna is a Latina superhero, yes, but she's many things. She's from ancient civilizations of the past. She also battles this European heritage that she has from the future. And she basically is everyone's hero. I think everyone can play her and have fun and identify with an underdog story, which is her story. And the fact that ancient civilizations haven't had a lot of play as far as like Incas or Mayas or the Aztecs. We always see like Greek mythology or the European mythology, but we don't really deal with what's right next door, Central and South America and the Caribbean. We don't deal with that mythology, and it's equally as rich, equally as full. And I think if we understood that, we would be exploring that a little more. But I am really humbled and really happy to be the first Latina superhero, first Latina video game developer, creator, publisher to be in business with people like Xbox, PS4, Nintendo Switch, and Steam. And I hope that really like our people, POC, Latinos, Asian Americans, African Americans, really anyone who feels like they haven't really been seen or heard, really embark on this journey with me and feel like they can see themselves in this character.
Well, let me touch upon that some more about representation in the world of comic books and video games. And when we talk about Latin or Latinx, I mean, why did it take so long after all these years for something like Aluna to arrive? In your opinion, why has something like this never been conceived before? Clearly, there's a market for it.
Sure. I mean, I've been really lucky in Hollywood. I've been working as an actress for 32 years. And obviously, most of the characters that I have played are from Latinx backgrounds. Some of them have been very specific, some of them have not been so specific. Why has it taken so long? I don't know. In 2008, when I went to my first Comic-Con, I realized very quickly that I love this world. I love these people. I mean, this is what I do for a living. I dress up like characters and I recite, lines from movies for a living. And people were doing it just for fun. And that I loved. But very quickly realized that there were no Latino superheroes or Latina superheroes or really any representation of any kind for women in a positive light or in control, nothing really in front or behind the cameras. And so I went home and I wanted to change that. So since 2008, I've been working, I started with my first comic book. The public was really receptive and they were behind it. So I was able to do number 2 and then number 3 and then number 4 until I got to number 8, right? And in that struggle and in that strife, the public has always been there for me. The fans have always demanded it. And so I've tried to publish more books. Then an online video game called Han, which was like League of Legends. They decided that it was worthy of licensing the character from me. And when she was on that video game, Aluna was chosen for play 90,000 times a day worldwide at her height. And she was being chosen for play out of like 100 plus heroes. She was always top 10. And so what that proved to me was that not only was I starving for representation, people around the world were starving for representation and something different, honestly. And so that's what Aluna represents, that struggle. And so now when we got enough funds and we raised some money and we raised more awareness of who Aluna is, and we proved that she had an audience, she was able to headline her own video game now for PS4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and Steam. And I'm really, really proud to say that I'm the first Latina to bring this as a publisher, as a creator, as a developer, May 18th. So I'm here basically pleading to everyone who will listen, to anyone who wants something different, especially an underdog at this business to succeed so that they can one day succeed. Please give me a chance and buy Aluna, Sentinel of the Shards, May 18th. And it's a game it's an RPG that's really a lot of fun, set in a world of South America and Central America and the Caribbean in the 1500s. So you're going to see conquistadors, you're going to see ancient civilizations. And we took liberties with some of the history and some of the mysticism and magic and brought creatures like chupacabra, right? And brought creatures that are really mystical creatures that were believed by the Incas, by the Aztecs, by the Mayas. And again, it'll be something that we haven't really seen or explored before as far as Hollywood or video games as a whole.
May 18th is the magic number. We're
May
circling that on
18th.
my calendar, definitely. And as I'm winding down, of course, I gotta ask, when will On My Block season 4 premiere, and what can we anticipate about this final season, specifically about your character?
Well, again, Netflix does pay close attention to what the fans want. So I really have to thank the fans and the public for wanting more and more of On My Block, wanting more of my character as Henny Martinez, Ruby's mom, right? We are currently in production and filming season 4 here in Los Angeles of On My Block. It's the reason why I'm talking to you remote from Los Angeles, from my home. What can we expect? Everything and anything is possible on My Block because these kids are their own heroes and they are dreamers and they make it possible. And so really more of the same and more different things, if that makes sense. I really can't talk too much about the plot because I'll get in trouble, but it's more, definitely more comedy, craziness. But what I really love about the show is the writing and the way it's produced and the way it was created, that we have full characters that really develop and all of them are able to redeem themselves. Even the cholos and the gangsters aren't one-dimensional like we've seen before over and over again in Hollywood. The cholos and the gangsters in On My Block are fully fledged characters that are human beings, and dare I say, get redemption in a really cool way. And so I would really urge the public to keep on watching us and keep on asking for more, because although it's been announced as the last season, right, fourth season, I don't know, if you guys keep asking for it, On My Block might return and Netflix might give you just exactly what you want, because it's good business for them, dare I say it. So I hope that again, and that touches upon something that I really want people to know, that Latino representation, whether it be in comic books, video games, or films, it's good business, but only if we prove it so. So the public has to go and really support these projects that are created by, for, and telling our own stories, like Latino creators like myself. But I, you know, again, touching on My Block and on Netflix, it's been an amazing journey for me. Henny Martinez, I don't think was supposed to be that big of a character, and here I am still in season 4. And Netflix and the creators of On My Block, like showrunner Lauren Unerick, has given me my first opportunity to direct. So I am also directing one of the episodes this last season of On My Block. Because of Netflix and because of Lauren Unerick, I get my directorial debut. So please look out for that. And I hope you guys like what I did with this episode.
Congrats on that. Can I ask my personal favorite question here, a fan service question, because I'm a huge fan. Do you still keep in touch with John Cho and Kal Penn? Because 3 years from now, it'll be 20 years anniversary of Harold and Kumar.
I cannot even believe you are saying 20 years. And yes, I try to keep in touch as much as I possibly can. Social media does help. And Cal is one of those people that he always responds, whether it's something personal or something professional. All I have to do is shoot him an email and he responds, and he's really cool. He's actually like the opposite of his character in the movies. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but he's kind of, you know, this conservative guy that's like really serious. I mean, that's why he worked with Obama at the White House, right?
Yeah.
And John Cho is just a little more difficult to get in touch with, believe it or not. Like my husband, I don't even know where he is right now, but he does keep in touch sometimes, and we do say hello, and he's a big fan of what I'm doing, and he tries to cheer me on. But he's actually the opposite of his character. He's a little bit more disorganized and really funny and likes to play pranks. So I just hope that one day we get to do another Harold and Kumar film. I keep in touch with the creators, John Hurwitz and Hayden, and you know, they're doing amazing with Cobra Kai, and I'm sure they're very, very busy, but I'm always like, hey, how about another movie? Or hey, how about, I mean, wouldn't a Harold and Kumar series be really cool? I don't know, I'm just putting it out there. Yes, you said yes, right?
That would be awesome.
I'm game. I'm sure John and Cal would be game. So I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. Maybe since they brought back the Karate Kid in the form of Cobra Kai, maybe we could do something with Harold and Kumar. I'm just saying.
Oh, I would have that, and also some kind of a reunion. You know, just get together. I would love to watch
right?
that.
A movie.
So, where can my fans follow you on social media and anything like that?
Oh, thank you for asking. And yes, please, because numbers count, as you guys know. So if you're into Twitter, Paula Garces 1. If you're into Instagram and pictures and silly things that I do on there, it's The Real Paula Garces. And on Facebook, it's Facebook.com official Paula Garces. And please visit my website, paulagarces.com. Visit the Aluna comic book website, which is theworldofaluna.com. And the game, yay! Aluna's headlining her own game, and she's gonna be badass on it. It's alunagame.com for all the latest information, and we're gonna have lots of contests and really cool giveaways. So please, I urge everyone to visit.
All right, for my fans at home, everybody, circle your calendar. May 18th, arrival of Aluna, Sentinel of the Shards video game. Paula, thank you so much for talking to me, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.